There's one thing I can't stand is when that bastard DC has something over me. As I was going through the Marvel Thanksgiving specials, none of them are really speaking to me. So then I jumped universes and I went to DC, and lo and behold, I found a great story. But there's no way I can trust that story with him giving it to you. No. So I'm going to give it to you. Like DMX. Marvel, what are you doing down there? Wonder why you suck all the time. That's why your dog is ugly. You have the same dog. Before he uses his full brain and actually figures out what we're doing, you better get started. My name is Dorian. This is SCM Comics. We are starting our coverage of JSA number 54, guest starring the JLA Thanksgiving Special. And happy Thanksgiving to you and yours from everybody here at SCM Comics, including that son. I heard that. Our story starts off in Manhattan at the headquarters of the Justice Society of America. You have Batman and Mr. Terrific walking down the hallway. And Batman is being Batman. He's like, I don't think this is a good idea. I think this is too dangerous. The Justice Society and the Justice League under one roof? Do you want me to list how many times we're attacked when we do this? It's almost every time. And Mr. Terrific's like, you need to calm down. We got Superman, Dr. Fate, and Wonder Woman here. If anything pops off, we're professionals and we'll handle it. So stop being so paranoid. Batman goes, Mr. Terrific's like, what's that supposed to mean? Batman's like, nothing. And as we walk into the main hall, we see the Justice League and the Justice Society together. You got Wonder Woman talking to Power Girl, Star Girl, and Hulk Girl. A lot of girls. And she's pretty much saying how, yes, this is a day to be thankful, but we also got to remember that the indigenous people here had to deal with smallpox, syphilis, and genocide, which is true. And can't we just say how much bigger Wonder Woman is than every other woman there? Like, she is the true definition of Amazon in this book. You got Firestorm who's listening in, and he goes, man. And I thought Hawk Girl was a downer. And Hawk Girl's like, what you say? And Dr. Face like, he might want to apologize. She got a spear, and she puts it right to his neck. So Firestorm's like, look, I didn't mean anything by it. Besides, you're not as bad as Hawkman. Hey, don't tell him that. But out of nowhere, you hear Wonder Woman's full of crap. And we have Wildcat, who is drunk out of his mind. Yes, he is that one uncle. And he's pretty much like, you're not even from here, so how you gonna judge us? And again, do you see how much bigger Wonder Woman is than Wildcat? Like, God, I got Wonder Woman looking like Big Barter here. All right, can I tell you guys a secret? I'm not gonna lie. If Big Barter was real, I had to shoot my shot. I'm sorry, Mr. Miracle, but Big Barter, whew, yeah, that's what I'm going after. But then Power Girl comes out of nowhere, grabs Wildcat, and just throws him out the window. And Stargirl's like, Wildcat. And Power Girl's like, oh, don't worry, Star. He always lands on his feet. You just threw an inebriated man out of a window. Like, are you serious? Like, what are we doing here? Wildcat ain't got no powers. He's just like Batman. He's a normal man. But I guess Power Girl kind of knew that Superman and Captain Marvel, yes, Captain Marvel, not Shazam, Captain Marvel, back when this was written, that's what he was still called, were flying by, and I guess she knew that they would catch him. Maybe. So Wildcat's like, hey Marvel, what you got there? And he was like, oh, it's a mince pie. My sister Mary Marvel made it. And he's like, really? Huh? She got a boyfriend? And Captain Marvel's like, yeah, it's kind of serious. He's like, really? Guess we'll see about that. You have a scene where Impulse meets Jakeem Thunder for the first time. Now, Impulse is the grandson of Barry Allen. And if you're wondering where Barry Allen is, he's still dead. Technically, he didn't come back until 2008 in Final Crisis. This takes place back in 2004. So, yeah, no Barry Allen. Now, where's Wally West at? That's what I want to know, because that's the Flash when I started reading comic books. And he should be here, but I don't know. Like I said, it was a long time ago, so they might have had him in some kind of storyline where he was pretty much out the picture for a while. So then we cut to the modern room where Dr. Midnight is sitting there watching the monitors. Black Canary walks in, and all of a sudden, it gets awkward. And all I was thinking to myself is, why is this awkward? Where the hell is Oliver at? So Black Canary's trying to talk to him, and he's kind of giving her a cold shoulder, and she's like, see, I knew it, you got attached. And she goes, it's the fishnets. Santana says it's always the fishnets. Again, what the hell are you talking about? Where's my boy Oliver, and why aren't you with him? Like, ever since I can remember, it's always been Black Canary and Green Arrow. Black Canary, Green Arrow. Like, what the hell is going on here? And I know that he has a whole son with somebody else, I think, but that's besides the point. Yeah, I know I'm talking out both sides of my mouth. Anyway, they're interrupted by Batman's paranoid ass, who just barges in and is like, hey, is there anything going on Earth 2? And Dr. Midnight's like, no, everything's fine, Batman. He's like, you sure? It's like, yes, I'm sure. But then we cut to the kitchen where you got our man who is cooking with, and this is only a guess, so don't check me on it. I could be wrong. But it's Jay Garrett's wife and Alan Scott's wife. And I know some of you are like, what do you mean Alan Scott? Isn't he gay? This is before they made the announcement that he's gay. Right now, he's heterosexual, or at least he's in the closet. And now they're visited by Liberty Bell and her daughter. So while they're talking, you got Hawkman and the Atom trying to steal a turkey leg, when all of a sudden an arrow comes out of nowhere and sticks the turkey leg to the wall. So we know this is Green Arrow, which he don't need to be in the kitchen. He need to be in that modern room because Dr. Midnight think he Trey Songz talking about he's Mr. Steal Your Girl. Better go check him. So Ollie and Hawkman are about to fight when all of a sudden Batman comes out of nowhere, breaks him up, and goes to our man and is like, hey, can't you see into the future? I need you to see if anything's going to happen. And our man's like, look, my powers don't work like that. This is more of a reflex. I can't just command it. And then Mr. Terrific just looks at Batman. It's like, I need to put you in timeout. But hey, dinner's ready. So everybody goes to sit down. Stargirl's pissed because she got to sit at the kids' table and Captain Marvel's messing with her. And she's like, hold on, time out. I know your secret. You should be sitting here too. So everybody's enjoying themselves. Jay Garrett gets up and says a toast. Everything's going great. And then there's a boom. Kolak and the Warlock of YS, Wise, like I don't know what that means. You know, I was going to call him Warlock. Show up to get their revenge. And the Justice League and the Justice Society all have food all over them. So then Warlock goes, we interrupted their meal. This might not have been the greatest idea. And Alan Scott goes, Superman? And Superman's like, after you. And the Justice League and the Justice Society, who are now pissed off to the highest level of festivity because their meal is all over them, surround the two. So 33 minutes later, because it only probably took 2 minutes to beat the hell out of them, they get a delivery of 20 large meat lovers pizza and 1 vegetarian. That comes at the $210. Mr. Terrific's like, keep change, because he got that bread. And they're like, hey, you also get some complimentary breadsticks, but I guess they didn't need them. So as Batman and Mr. Terrific are walking down the hallway with the pizzas, Mr. Terrific's like, all right, you can go ahead and say it, 'cause I know you want to. And Batman just looks at him and goes, I told you so.